Hey friends, this is Ayesha at Young's Paper Creations, and this is the day where we are going to contribute to NeldasCrafts because we've got the Feel of Vintage 2021. I am going through a bit of a funk, and I was having a little bit of a conundrum as to what it is that I wanted to do for a vintage feel. And I'm a journal maker. I make junk journals and I provide them to individuals who would like to give them new homes. And all the information is below there. And I also recently started having as a special thank you uh, fabric bundles or textile bundles. Primarily they're Indian sari and silks type fabrics. So that's what I do. And generally, I do not do a lot of vintage, but we're being challenged. And so I want to thank Nelda for this challenge for and this opportunity. So the feel of vintage for today, I've decided to make some mini cards because I've come across many times these cute little cards, vintage little cards from many years back. And so I wanted to make some of my own, and I did that by using this little book as an inspiration. It's called The Child's Garden or Verses. So this was my inspiration for the photos because they've got these lovely black and white photos at the top of the pages, and I thought that they would be great for the use that I had in mind. And this book, it's by Robert Louis Stevenson. He's supposed to be well known, and this was recently, so it's, well, not that recent, but it's 1994. All right, I know we're in what are we now, 2021. Okay, so I first went in and cut down my papers to 8 by 3, and then what I did was to fold them in half. So of course that becomes 4 by 3, and then I've already pre-cut this down to the 4 by 3, and I've inked around the circumference of it, and I'll do that a little bit more once this is on. So I'm using my Dollar Tree Melody glue, which is great for paper, and it mimics the fiber tack, but it is not as superb as fiber tack. So I don't encourage you to use this for multiple surfaces. I've tried this Melody glue on the shiny surfaces, and it has not been that good for me. So when it comes to tricky surfaces, I encourage you to stick to your fiber tack. This is challenging getting this out of here. I might have left it open at some point, and this type of glue is so easy to harden and clog the passageway. So that's what I did. Place the glue at the back. I've got my card frame ready to go, and it's simple as 1, 2, 3. And if you've seen some of my work, you know that I like it nice and easy, nice and simple, nothing too complicated. Anyone should be able to get into paper crafting and have it to be fail free. I work with seniors, and when we do programs with them, the idea is that we should have fun and enjoy the process, similar to life. Enjoy the process of the journey. And so here is my card. I've not placed anything on the inside. I can. Sometimes it's lovely for individuals. I've seen many of these little cards with little inscriptions by the sender. And when in doubt, leave it out. That's my note, because it's so lovely when you can get a sentiment coming from the heart as opposed to something written. But for those who prefer to have something actually written, I have a stamp here, and this one says, live with passion, laugh out loud, and love deeply. So I'm going to use that for the inside of this card. And I want to make sure I center it. And so here I am. And I'm just going to let this dry a little bit so that I don't smudge it. But here we are. 4 by 3 when folded in half. This lovely little card. And here I've got another one. This one I made first, but I wanted to mimic another of the olden cards that I've seen, where it's folded once down and then one more time across, and you would find a design on the cover, and when you open the inside it will be free. And this is great if you want to tuck this into a journal as well, because then you just you put the glue around, to make a pocket, and you tuck it down to your page. But when I did it, unfortunately, the paper was a little bit too thin. I needed to have placed it on a harder backing, because I was able to see the letters through the back. So that part wasn't fun. But this is the basic idea of having another vintage card be used, and this will give you extra writing spot, and it would be great as well for the inside of a journal. So that's 2 of the cards. And then I made another one where I used a darker ink for the outer circumference, and I think this one was a Tim Holtz that I had used. Yep, the Tim Holtz Distress Paint Walnut Stain. So I used the walnut stain going across the circumference, so it's a bit darker. And I used the same stamp with this lady. It's not my favorite, but this is another idea that I used where you open it up. So this one wasn't my favorite. And again, I want you to see that how I did it was just to cut these down. That's how these were done. I cut them out of the book and just place it on. Fold this in half. Quite easy peasy. My stuff is not over the top. It gets the job done. And I have shown many of my videos where I love being able to have prepped items for my journals. So all of these items that I would make, something like this, it is wonderful to be able to just grab and decorate your journal. No muss, no fuss. And so we have our DIY vintage card. So I have 4, and this is what I've chosen to make for NeldasCrafts collaboration, The Feel of Vintage. Fail-free, simple vintage cards. This is my least favorite. This was made with a little notebook, and I just folded the paper in half and I used my stamp to stamp on it. These 3 that I like so much, again, I took them from this book where I tore out this page, cut to make sure that my photo was 3 by 4, and then I attached it to my backing, and from there we have a card. So that's how it is done. That's how I did it. The Feel of Vintage for NeldasCrafts. I thank you guys so much. I'm glad that I'm able to participate in Nelda's collaboration, and you know, I don't know about you guys, but I love it when our work is simple and fun at the same time. My mind works best this way, and at the same time it looks beautiful. So I want to thank you guys. I think I want to show maybe how I would put one inside of a journal and give you just a little bit of an idea. So if I wanted to use it, let's say in this journal, I'm working on this journal right now and it needs decorating. So if I was to take one of them, I'll take this one and place it at the bottom corner. Or maybe let me look for a page that's devoid of anything at all. Right here. Just beautiful. And you just open it up. And there you have your inside. And then you close it up. This could also be great as a pocket, because if you glue the 2 sides, then you can still open it, and then you've also got the pocket to have a belly band there. So again, Ayesha at Young's Paper Creations, looking to have lots of prep ephemeras for my journals, and this, my friends, for me is one of the best and simple ways. Take care, Nelda. Wonderful, wonderful. Keep up the good work. And everyone else, thank you. Guys, make sure you go on below and not only subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, but subscribe to all of the other channels that you see listed there, because these 9 individuals, I believe we've got 9 of us, we've all been doing this, and we have 2 more weeks to go other than this. Check out the videos, subscribe to their channel, and look forward for the following 2 that's coming up in 2 weeks. We'll have another in 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks following that. There are 4 entries in total, and this is our second entry. Take care, God bless, and keep you guys.